Now next thing is left, how do I write my first XML file? Okay, so let's take a new file. Okay, now I'm going to explain the skeleton of the file here. So your ant script, which is your build.xml or whatever the XML you give it. Okay, so first save this file as an XML file. Save as, okay, go to this and save it as a, let's save it as a build.xml guys first. Okay, so now it's saved as a build.xml guys. Look at this. Sorry, it didn't save as a build.xml. I'm just deleting it. I know the reason why it didn't save as a build.xml. Okay, so whenever you're saving it, right, save as, okay, build.xml, put it in the double quotes. Now it is actual build.xml. Okay, right? So okay, this XML file, okay, build.xml starts with a main tag called project, okay, and it ends with a tag called project. So in XML language, right, okay, so and follows XML language, okay, nothing but everything in a tags format, okay. So how a typical tag will look like is, so I'm calling this as a tag. Example, I hope everybody knows the HTML, okay. So even if you're working in some sort of a IT, if you're using a system, nothing but if you're using a browser, then you should know what is HTML. So HTML is a tagging language, okay. Everything in a format for that, like, you know, HTML opening and HTML closing. So look at this. This you call as the opening and this you call as the closing. So this is one way, okay, of opening and closing of a tag, guys. Okay, in any of the XML or HTML language. There is one more way, is there, okay, like HTML. Right. This is also correct. Okay, this is something like, you know, opening and closing there itself. You never do like this, but you might be doing this for break. You remember break, nothing but one line down. Okay, skip one line. So you can open and close like this, and you can open and close like this. The first way, the advantage is you can write multiple tags in between these two tags. Here you cannot write anything else. Okay, so your first script and script, okay, follow some tags. So this is what the opening tag and this is what the closing tag, and your ant build.xml starts with a project tag. Like HTML file starts with the HTML tag, right, and ends with HTML, and rest of the things you write in the in between these two tags. Okay, so whenever you're writing any XML HTML, right, please follow the rules, like, you know, try to open the tag and close the tag and go back. It's not in a programming language to write or line by line, okay, and you open, close and go back, open, close and go back. That's how you need to write it. So, and inside the project, right, you have another important element called target. Okay, so this is called, like, you know, target opening and closing. You might be thinking, what is project, what is target? I'll explain it one by one what exactly these are all. Okay, I'm just trying to explain the skeleton of it. Okay, like the structure of the build.xml. Okay, how it will look like. So in a project.xml, I can have multiple targets like this. Okay, like this. Got it. Okay, so I can have multiple targets in a project.xml, right? So what exactly a target means? It's a group of tasks. You might be thinking, what is task again? Okay, I'm coming over there. Just try to understand the structure first, then I can explain each and everything. Okay, and I can have multiple tasks. Okay, like this, and every target may contain the multiple tasks. Okay, right? So now why I'm trying to explain this entire structure is, if you look at any HTML file, guys, okay, so you just open some browser. See, even this is also HTML file, the website. You open the page source, right? Can you see this is HTML file? Where this HTML file is started, guys? Okay, it started with a tag called HTML tag, okay, and it ends with a tag called HTML. Nothing but HTML is a root tag. So similarly, the project is called as a root tag. Okay, root nothing but which is a startup tag for the build script of ant. Okay, so now what do you mean by target is, see, if you have, can you see some subtags here, like, you know, so some anchor tag, okay, h1 tags and all. So this some tags are there within the HTML. Okay, similarly in your ant build.xml you have some subtag called target. A target is nothing but it's just a group of task. Okay, it's kind of like, I'll tell you in a good example. See, I have 100 students in a classroom, right? Okay, so maintaining the 100 students is very difficult for me. Instead, what I can do it, I can move them into different groups. Like on 10 people, I'll make them into some groups. So treat this target as a 10 group, and this another 10 group, another 10 group. Okay, so nothing but a task is nothing but an individual student. A target is a collection of students. That's it. Okay, in a layman language. But when it comes to technically, right, what do you mean by target? Is it's a collection of action items which you perform. So task is nothing but actual action. What do you mean by action is I want to compile the code, which is an action. Okay, compiling is not a target, guys. Okay, target is nothing but a collection of, okay, collection of actions. That's it. Okay, an action you called it as a and terminology as a task. That's it. Okay, so I can have one action or multiple action and number. Okay, and similarly I can group multiple things. You might be thinking you can keep all the actions in the same target, right? Yes, you can keep it. There's no issues. And you might be thinking, can I keep these actions outside the target? This is absolutely wrong. You cannot keep task outside the target or inside the project. Okay, so the task should be always inside the target only. This is a standard syntax, guys. Project, target, and task. Okay, if you know these three elements, right, that's it. Okay, and is nothing. If you look at anybody's build script, right, it looks like same thing. Okay, so this is about the definitions about what exactly a project, what is a task, and what you will be task is. I was keep on telling you, it's an action. So what do you want to do it? I want to compile. Okay, I want to create a directory. Okay, so right, so these are all actions only. Okay, right, so every actual thing which you do it on your machine, right, that's you call as an action. So, and when it comes to the target, right, okay, suppose I have this target, so how and execution starts? Execution nothing but when I run this script. Okay, what exactly the flow of it? Okay, I'll explain the flow and later. First of all, let me talk about each and every element. Okay, so build.xml important tags, or I can call it elements. Okay, so first was project tag. Okay, so this is called as a root tag of build.xml. Okay, and this has some attributes, guys. Okay, so what exactly the attributes? Nothing but you look at this. Can you see this? Some tag called yeah, HTML itself. Can you see HTML? The tag didn't closed here. Okay, can you see lang equal to en? This lang equal to en is an attribute, guys. Okay, so similarly, even your project tag are having some attributes like this. See, your project you closed like this earlier, but it is having some attribute called name. Okay, so what do you mean by name is you can give any name to your project. Okay, and similarly, you have one more attribute called default. Okay, so what do you mean by this is default contains a default target which you want to execute it. Okay, so I'll write it here, guys. Okay, project name equal to test. Okay, and default equal to, okay, so now in the default, right, what exactly it contains a particular target name. Suppose even the target is also having the attributes, guys. Okay, assume its name is A. Okay, and similarly the other target name is B. Okay, and similarly the other target name is target equal to, sorry, name equal to, okay, name equal to C. Okay, so the default contains which target you want to execute. I want to execute A. You got it? So you are saying you're just trying to tell your project saying like, default execute A target. That's it. Okay, so that's called the default attribute. There's one more attribute called base dir. Okay, so this talks about where exactly you want to run this task and all. Okay, where exactly you run this targets and all. Okay, so dot nothing but current directory, right? Suppose if you want to run these things on C drive, you can use C drive. Okay, I'll explain this attribute later, guys, when I'm talking about some tasks, then you understand much better. Okay, right now you just say dot current directory. Okay, so these are the attributes of your project tag, guys. Okay, so three attributes. Similarly, I was talking about target, right? So what exactly a target? It's a collection of okay tasks together, okay, inside the project tab. So what do you mean by this? Is you don't have a rights to move this target, okay, outside the project. This is absolutely wrong. Okay, you have to follow this structure for sure, and you don't have a freedom to keep one target inside another target. This is absolutely wrong again. Okay, so you have to follow this structure wherever or whenever you write the AND script. That's it. Okay. So if you try to deviate from this, it will throw some errors and all. Okay. So now, similarly, how your project is having some attributes, right? Even target is having an attribute. So, what exactly these attributes? So, first attribute, as usual, a name of the target. Okay, this is mandatory, guys. Without the name, your AND script will not accept the target. Okay, and the second attribute is going to be depends. Okay, so what do you mean by depends? Is now you might be having a question. When you call default A, right? The script will call A target. Then who will call B and C? Right? So B and C will be left as it is. Nobody is calling it. You might be thinking, can I give A comma B comma C here? This is wrong. You cannot give multiple targets in the default. You can give only one target in the default. Okay. So now what I can do it, okay, to call the B target, I can give something like this. Depends equal to I can give the other target name. Now what do you mean by this is before when it comes to A, right, A will not execute first case. It always looks for the dependency B. It goes to B, it checks the B and executes the B, then comes back and executes the A. This is a kind of a chain, guys. Okay, now who will execute C? Okay, so if C wants to execute, right, what you can do, you come to B and call like dependency. What do you mean by this is first it comes to A. A will not execute because there is a dependency. Now it comes to B. Now again B will not execute because it has a dependency C. Now it comes to C, there is no dependency, execute C. So nothing but first C will be executed, then B will be executed, A will be executed. So this is what the flow. Okay. If you don't give any dependency, always only A will be executed. So the target depends attribute. Okay. The depends attribute will talk about like the dependency of the target where you want to execute it. Okay, fine. There is one more attribute is that description is okay. Description equal to, so you can type anything here. So this is for my compilation. You can write anything. It's a kind of a commit like log message guys. That's it. Okay, for a compilation whatever, write something. Okay, right. So it just has some sort of a like information about your target, nothing else. It's optional guys, whether you write or don't write, it not an issue. Okay, so that's about the target guys, nothing else. Okay, now what do you mean by task? Okay, a task is nothing but an actual action, okay, performed. Okay, so nothing but see your project target are not doing anything actually. Okay, they are just blindly what do you call structural elements. That's it. Okay, they're framing up your script. Nothing else they're doing it. But the actual action, what you want, see, ultimately why you're writing the script to perform some automation, right? So the actual actions which are performed by task only. But don't think like you have something called task. Okay, tasks are many. They have unique names. I want to compile my code, so I have a task called Java C like this. I want to create a directory. I have a task called mkdir like this. I want to delete a directory. I have a task called like this, right? So we have the n number of tasks, okay? N number of tasks available. Our rest of entire AND script is all about the learning the task, okay? We are pretty much done with the project and target. Nothing else is there, okay? That's it. It's a skeleton, okay, structure. The rest of the AND script is all about the learning this task. If you know n number of tasks, then you're good with the and scripting set. Okay, so these are all the tasks which we need to sit in the our next topics and all. What tasks are there? How do we put them and how do we automate all the process and all? Okay, so for right now, before going to task, I'll just want to give you one important task called echo. Echo is nothing else. It's print something on the console. Okay, when I say echo like this, right? Okay, so in between, what are you typing? Hi, this is my first. This is what my first AND script. Okay, so this statement, a echo tag opening and closing in between whatever you type it, right? It will just print on your console, guys. Okay, the kind of a print statements in your programming language. Okay, so let's try to write a script, proper script here. Remove this lines, please. Okay, and I'm saying echo. Okay, hi, this is my first script. Okay, echo. That's it. Let's remove this dependency and all. Right, and there's no task, guys. Okay, so what I will do, I'll put this one. Right, so I just said it, guys. Now look at this. This is what my simple script, okay, which has 3 targets, okay, and my default I'm calling a target. Go to the command prompt. This time you run ant. Okay, right now I have a build.xml in my current directory, so it can read it. Can you see it found a build.xml and it is executing the target A and printing hi, this was my first ant script, and it is executing only A target. You might be surprised why B and C is not executing. In ant, right, you have to define the flow. Ant is not self-intelligent to run the things by line, like how a typical program executes. Okay, so you have to write a depends attribute here, okay, and call B. So now when you see this, right, it first comes to A will not execute. Always dependency first will execute. So it comes to B. So B will execute, then A, and you try to run now. Can you say first B executed, then A? Now I want to execute even C. So if you want to execute C, right, you can write depends on the B. Okay, sorry, C. So now it will not execute B. First comes to C. Okay, then first execute C, then B, then A. Can you see this? CBA. So this is how an AND script will execute, guys. Target by target. Okay. Now similarly, you understand this script, right? One by one CBA. Can you tell me an order for ABC execution? I want to execute in an order called ABC, and tell me what changes I need to make it to the script. Guys, can you please respond? What changes I need to make it to the script to move them from ABC order instead of CBA order like this? Anyone can reply.
It's depend on B and A.
Where should I write the dependency B and A?
C, in the C.
In C, what should I type it? Depends.
Depends B.
B. Then
A.
Comma A. Yes. So we can provide the dependency with the comma separated few things, guys. Okay. So this is also correct way. You can give it. Remove the dependency here now. Okay. So do you think it will work now? If I do this, do you think it will work? No. It is calling A again. Okay. So why it is calling A, guys? Why it is calling A only? Don't have what? Ranjit, you can speak up, not an issue. Depends A. Dependent A. I didn't understand what is dependent A. That's simple, guys. What is default here? A. So it is always executes A. So instead of A, you call C. So it comes to C, then depends to B and A, something like that. So this is how it will execute. See B A C. I asked you A B C, right? So make A here, B here. So then execute it. Then A B C, right? So A B C. This is what order it is executed. So this shows how my targets are running. Okay. In a given sequence, right? So I explained with the 3 targets, and same thing is applicable for the n number of targets. Okay, that can be like 10 targets, 100 targets, whatever. Okay, so this is what the typical structure of your build.xml. Okay, and how your targets are defined, and what are their attributes, and how I'm executing this one. Okay, fine. So let's close this. Okay, now I was explaining, like, the rest of AND scripting is all about the learning the task. Okay, now we have seen only one task called echo task. Now I will not blindly go with all the tasks. I will first give you the set of tasks available. Okay, we have categorized this task into multiple types. Okay, file system tasks. Okay, and Java related tasks, and properties. Okay, few advanced tasks, and fifth thing is external tasks. Okay, so these are the categories which I made it for the different types of tasks. Okay, so we will see our entire art scripting is all about the learning all these tasks and all. Okay, so let me list down all the tasks for each and every category. Okay, so for first file system task. Okay, so we have echo first that we already seen just now, and similarly, so what exactly file system mean? uh, what are all the things which you do it on your file system? If you remember my original build process, okay, I was trying to create some directory, right? Okay, so I created a build classes directory. That's a file system operation. I was trying to delete something. I was trying to copy something. So every file system operation, create, delete, copy, okay, move, okay, all these things, these are all called like file system operations. So I have a task for everything. Okay, so echo mkdir is one, creating a directory, deleting a directory, okay, copying a file, okay, and moving to them. So I have the this set of tasks available to perform all file system related activities. Okay, so let's see one by one, guys, all these things. Okay, so now I'll not disturb this script, guys. I'll write one more script. Okay, so in this script, I'll take this copy paste of this thing, first block. Okay, project, save this file, and this time it is not build.xml, guys. If I write build.xml, it will override it actually. So I don't want to do that. So build file.xml. Okay, so that I can understand this is related to the file system. Okay, now call test. I'm giving my target name as a test. Okay, and I would say file system task. Okay, just save this. Okay, save it, right? So before you write any script, right, prepare your skeleton like this. Okay, so once you prepare your skeleton like this, then you can start working on your task. Now I told you, like, well, we have this set of tasks, mkdir, delete, copy and all. So let's see what exactly that. See, it's a self-explanatory, guys. Mkdir, what do you mean by mkdir? Just creating a directory. Only thing is with the add task, that's it. Okay, so provide an attribute called dir. Okay, and this is how you're open. I wanted to create build classes directory. Okay, that's it. I told you a tag can be open close like this, open close like this. Here this is within a tag. This is sub tag, I mean sub content you can write it. Okay, so this is what the tag to create a directory, guys. Okay, so before running the script, I want to delete this folder build class. I just deleted the guys. Okay, now let's try to run this script. This is what my script. I'll run it, and my script will create the build classes directory. Have a look at this. And minus f. See, why minus f? If I don't give the minus f, right, it will still take my build.xml. Look at this. If I just call and, it is not executing my current script. It is executing the my old script build.xml. Okay. If you wanted to run your script, okay, so and then you have to call it and minus f build underscore file. Can you see? It's created a directory where in your build classes. Okay, so get back to see build classes directory. Okay, I was trying to explain you the mkdir task. This task is pretty straightforward and self-explanatory. It will create the directory structure which you given. I have given the structure called build classes, so it is successfully created. Right? That's straightforward. That's it. Nothing else. Okay, about the mkdir. Now, any programming language, any scripting language, we have a concept called comments. What do you mean by comment is ignore the set of lines. Okay, so what are comments in XML language? So these are the comments in XML language. Less than, exclamation, hyphen, hyphen, and at the end where you want to close the comments, this is how you write. So what do you mean by this is, this line is ignored. Okay, if you close this at bottom somewhere, the entire set is ignored. Can you see it is changing the colors? Okay, so this represents comments, guys. Okay, now I don't want you to run this mkdir again. I want to skip it. Okay, now I want to show you one more task called, like, delete task. Okay, so what do you mean by delete is, whatever the directory which you created just now, have a look at this. You created a directory called build classes, right? Now I will delete the same directory with the help of delete task. Delete directory equal to build. Right? Now look at this. You have a directory here. I'm not doing the shift to delete all my file system operations. My ant is doing my job now. Run this and have a look at this. Is it deleted in front of you? So it's gone. So deleting a directory. That's it. So that's what the delete task. So why we are learning all these things is first we'll run all each and every task. Okay, then we'll combine all together. We'll come up with our automation. Right? Okay. We are learning the snippets now, each and every task. Okay. So once everything is done, then we'll come up with our own solution. Okay. So that's what the delete directory. And guys, you can delete even a file even. Okay. So deleting a file is pretty simple. Only thing is instead of like directory, right? Okay, so what you will give it as an input, file you will give it. That's it. Okay, so you will give an input as a file. So the file is going to, let's try to delete my manifest file. Right, now look at this. You have a file and running a script. That's it, deleted the my manifest. Right, so that's what the deleting a file and a directory. Okay, fine. Next thing is, what is the next task? Copy. Guys, copy is again a self-explanatory. I want to copy a file. See, again, this copy is multiple copies, guys. Let me show you what all the copies available. See, one is file to file, okay, and other is file to directory, okay, and other is directory to directory, and other is something like directory special content. I mean specific files to another directory. Right, so this is how these are all the types of copies which you have it. Right, so how do you perform each and every copy now? Let me show you the task. Okay, so copy file equal to, so you have to provide the source file. Okay, and similarly to file equal to your destination file. That's it. Two attributes are there, source file and destination file. So where is my source file? So let me try to create a sample file here. Hi.txt. Can you see hi.txt? Now let me provide source as hi.txt. Okay, and I wanted to copy it as a hello.txt in the same directory. Okay, now look at this, hi.txt copied as a hello.txt in the same directory. Now look at, there is no hello.txt. I'll run the script. Right, can you see hello.txt now? It's created successfully. So that's called file copy within the directory, which is file to file. Okay, so there is one more type of copying is there. I'll show you even that. Okay, which is file to directory, nothing but to dir. Okay, so which directory you want? I want to copy to the build directory. Okay, do you have a build directory here? I don't have it. So what I can do it, guys, if I don't have a build directory, I'll enable my build directory task so that it will first create the build directory, then copies the files into build directory. That's it. So two tasks at a time. Right, now it's copied. See, can you look at build directory, and it has a hi.txt. So it is successfully copied my file to the directory. So that's called a file copy to the directory. Okay, now let's comment out this and I'll show you the other type of copy. Okay, I gave in 4 types of copy. I'm done with first 2, and other is a directory. Now I want to copy the entire directory to the destination directory. Assume I have a source directory, guys. Okay, my source directory is having some directory called a directory and some file called some hshtxt. Okay, so guys, this is what my source directory. I want to copy my src directory to build directory. Okay, so let me make it as empty build directory. Build directory is not having anything there, guys. Okay, so I want to copy the things over there. So how to do that? Okay, so copy to dir, nothing but destination. Okay, which is going to be build directory, and this time you will be writing the things in a subtype. Okay, so file set, okay, name equal to what is the directory source. Okay, that's it, guys. If you run this command, right, it will copy the entire source content into the build directory. If you want, you can cross check. It's failing. It's not name, guys. What is it? File set, file set directory. Sorry, it's not name. It's a directory attribute. Okay, right? It's copying everything, guys. Okay, now check it out. Can you see build directory? It is having everything from source. From source, what all the files are there? It's everything is copied to build. That's called directory to directory copy. Okay, So I'm just commenting it out this. This was the third type of copy. Okay. Now similarly, there's one more copying is there. Selective copying. Okay. Selective copying nothing. What example somebody may ask you. Okay. So from build directory. Okay. Delete this build directory. I'm just cleaning up. From source directory. Okay. So I want only Java files to be copied. Please listen my question clearly. I want to copy only Java files. Nothing but if you want to do it manually, what do? You press Control, select, Control C, Control V. Okay. So same thing. I want to do it with my hand. So how to do that? So this tag, okay, will be having another subtag like file set. Okay. And here you mention includes. Okay. Name equal to I want to copy all Java files, right? So you make it as started Java. That's it. Okay. So when it says started Java, it will include only the Java files. File set must be okay. Guys, spelling mistake. File set. Okay. Enter. Right. Again something wrong. Doesn't support includes. Guys, this is not includes. This is include. Right? It's copied two files only. And look at your destination, guys. How many files it is copied? Only Java files. Two Java files it is copied. Nothing else. Okay. So that's what the selective copying. Okay. The fourth way of copying. Like the respective files. So here what do you mean by star? Nothing but the files can be anything. Okay. Star nothing but it can be anything. Any character, any word. Okay. But they must and should end with the dot Java. Okay. So that's what selective copy. Right. So this is all about the copy, guys. Copy task. Okay. Now similarly, if you look at my this thing, there is a final task called move. So what do you mean by move is? Move is nothing but moving the files. Okay. It's simple. In your if you want to talk it in the Windows terminology, move is equal to cut paste, guys. Copy is a copy paste, move is a cut paste. That's a straightforward. Okay. So the syntaxes of move absolutely same as copy. There's not much different. Now I want to move a file from my current location to see. Look at this. I have a file here, guys. Hi.txt. I want to move this to the build directory. So when I move it right, the source will be deleted. It will be there only in the destination. So let's see how to write that. Okay. So move. Okay, we did only copy something like that, right, into some other directory. So just copy paste the same thing here. Now what you're supposed instead of copy, right, it will be move. That's it. Okay. So all the four sets. Okay, what you did for copy, same thing applies for even move. Only the difference is there won't be any source. Source will be deleted. Things will be there only in the destination. Now I'll just show you this. That's it. Now you check there is no hi.txt. It dropped into the build directory, right? So this is what the move, guys. Okay, and rest of things you try it out. It's self-explanatory. You will just replace copy with the move. Okay. So this is all about the file system task. Okay. So these are all the file system tasks available, and we have gone through them, right? So see, we are not directly using them in our script. Okay, we didn't started writing our actual script, but we are learning each and every task how we are writing it. Okay, so once we have a thorough understanding of every task, right, then we can write our own automation script. Okay, so similarly we have Java related tasks. I'm just trying to explain you the properties concept right now. So I have declared one property called x equal to 10. Okay, I am trying to fetch the value x value as a the whatever the x value I'm trying to print it. Okay, so let's see how it will print. Test. It's not build Java. You need to go into project and run and. Can you see test x value is printing 10? Did you understand how I declare the property and how I'm fetching the value? So same concept, I'm going to make use it to my entire script to make it as a generic script. Nothing but I can make use of the same script, okay, for multiple projects. So what I will do it, I'll convert, okay, I'll write one more property here, okay. So I would say source directory, okay, this is my property name. And for my current project, what's the source directory? Source, okay. So wherever source is there, I'll put this property. Okay. So similarly, I can write multiple properties. currently my build directory, okay, what is my build directory? Okay, for current I want to save it as output, I don't want to save it as a build, so you can give your own name, it's up to you. Okay, and what is your classes directory? Okay, CLS directory, so it's going to be like, CLS, let's repeat it again, sorry, so it's build directory, guys. Okay, and output. Similarly, I want, okay, wherever the build is there, okay, so you replace with the builder. Wherever class is there, replace with this class stat. Even this. Directory. Once you see, okay, classes. And yeah, here one more. Right? So there's one more address there. Jar is also hard coded, so I want to convert that into a property. So I want to create a jar directory, and that's it. Okay. Put as a property. Right? So nice. So if you look at this script clearly, right, there is one, any other hard-coded values there? Yes, file name is most important. For your current project, what is the file name? Hello.java, not hello world. So I can write one more property, file name, okay, hello world. So it's hello for current project, okay. So wherever hello world is there, make it with hello.java, file name.java, okay, file name.java. This and this, right? So pretty cool. So I have completely converted this script into property based. Okay. So nowhere I have any of the instances of like, it is hard coded with something. Let's try to run this. So call run, compile package C, hello xxx, successfully done. And have a look at this output, CLS, hello.class, jr, hello.java, right? So this is what I want to achieve it, guys. Now this script I can give it to anyone. So those guys, they are just supposed to like, okay, I'm putting a border in between properties and targets. Okay, so if I give this script to you guys, in your case, you are supposed to like, change these values. If you're using SRC, make use of like, instead of source, if it is SRC. Okay, if you are making use of like, output address as a build, you can make use of the build. Okay, if you want to make use of the CLS classes, you say classes. Okay, jar, make it jar. Okay, so it's up to you whatever you want to do it. So the thing is, the advantage of the properties, you no need to touch your entire script. You just have to change the values of properties so that you're trying to use the same build script. Nothing but it will save you a lot of time for you. Instead of writing a new script again, same script, you're utilizing it, okay, with the help of the properties. So this is called a properties concept, guys. Properties will help you to reuse your existing build scripts, okay. So this kind of scripts are called generic scripts. Okay, generic scripts are most advisable. Never write hard-coded script just like what you wrote it here. This is for the beginner who don't know about AND scripting. They'll write everything hard-coded. But if you're really good at AND scripting, you will definitely use the properties. Okay, because you know the advantage of the properties. Okay, so this is all about the properties concept, guys. How we define and how did we use it. Okay. So this properties is not end with this. So properties can be in three ways we can declare the properties. Okay, three ways we can declare the properties. So the first one is within build.xml. Okay, and second one is within build.properties. Okay, and the third one is command line properties. Okay, now whatever you're seeing just now, right, which is within build.xml, nothing but you had you had defined a property in the build.xml itself. Now I want to show you within the build.properties. Okay, nothing but see sometimes what happens, a layman, a beginner of the ant who don't know about the ant and he missed this one braces, okay, while editing the properties. Look at this, it throws an error guys because it's like unconvention, it's not a tagging convention. So to avoid these kind of issues, right, what I can do, all these properties I'll move it into another file. I'll save this file as build.properties. Okay, now I'll come back here, I'll call that property file from here, property file equal to build.properties. That's it. Okay, now you might be thinking what is the difference, you put everything in a different file, that's it. If you misses here, then again a problem. But the thing is, when you're writing in a build.property file, you know to follow this tagging convention. You can write it in your own language like this, srcdr equal to like source, okay, and build are equal to build, okay, and cls are equal to like cls, okay, jar are equal to jar, and file name equal to hello. Okay, now you can delete everything guys. Now it's pretty simple, right? Anyone can edit this file, it's that easy compared to like editing in the build.xml. Even a layman, a beginner who don't know any about the scripting, right, at least you can write like LHS equal to RHS, left hand side value, right hand side value. So now you try to run your script guys, same script, and not doing anything else. See, it is absolutely same as earlier script. Only the difference is you have moved all the properties into the builder properties and calling that file over here. And when you move the properties into some other file, you are giving in a key value place. That's it. Okay. So this is what the second way of declaring the properties, and the first way you are seeing. Now the third way is going to be a simple one. So what is third way? Is I don't want to define even the property file. Okay. So I'm just commenting it out. So I wanted to pass all the properties from command prompt. So you can pass all the properties from command prompt like this, okay? And hyphen D, okay? You can pass each and every property. Copy the property here, put it. And hyphen D, put hyphen D everywhere, okay? In front of every property, put this, and hyphen D, put this, and hyphen D, put this, and hyphen D, put this. Right, enter. This is also correct. Okay, another way of executing the properties, right? But nobody will go for this one guys. I'm just showing you like we can do this also, because nobody can type such a big property length and all. If it is one or two properties, okay, you can type it. Okay, when you have multiple, better you go for first one or second one. Okay, so this is what the third way of defining the properties guys. Okay, so from command line. Now there is one more thing about the properties is system properties, or you can call it the default properties. So what do you mean by system or default properties is, see, these are all the properties whatever you're using right now are you defined in some way, okay? But there are some properties, okay, which are by default there with your AND distribution. What do you mean by that is, okay, so without defining anywhere, look at this. I'm calling it test target, yes, not this time, test, okay? So, I wanted to know my ant version guys, using ant, okay? So there is a property called ant dot version, and this ant dot version you are not defining either of any three ways, okay? But it will print you the value properly because ant dot version is a system property. If you want, you can check it out. Can you see ant version? Is it printing this? Okay. So similarly, there are multiple properties are there. Now I wanted to know where my ant is installed. Ant home. Can you see G ant practice somewhere? So this is how you can fetch some system defined properties values even if you wanted to know. I wanted to know my ant project name which is test. Okay. So you can get ant dot project dot name. Okay. So is it printing test now here? Can you see test? So we are around 12 to 15 properties are there guys. So I'll send you the document to you, build automation. In that PDF document, we have all these things. Okay. SCM training. Okay. And in the document, I mentioned the system default properties. Yeah, you see this? These are all the default properties. I showed you Ant version, I showed you Ant project name, okay? And I showed you Ant home even. So could you please try out the rest of the one and print it and see what exactly those are? Self-explanatory. You just try to print each and every property and see what exactly it is, okay? So this is all about the property concept, guys, okay? What is a property? How do we define? How do we declare? How do we use? What are the different ways of declaration? How do you define the builder property? How do you pass it from the command line? Okay, so from command line it is hyphen d some x equal to something like this. Okay, so this is all about the properties. Okay, now I covered the file system task, Java related and properties. With the help of all these three, right, I could able to write and build automation script for my simple Java program, right? So now, apart from this, ant can do many things. Okay, it's not about only like performing just a build thing. It can do many things. Okay, like I can communicate to my Linux machine. I can send some emails. Okay, I can run some other scripts. Okay, so all these things I can do it. Also, like I can unzip the directories. Okay, I can run some other ant script. So those are all the things part of like you can perform with the ant with the help of the advanced and external task. And there's one more is there. Uh, I would say I'll take up a proper Java application, Java project. Okay, so I'll take a web application, guys. Especially, I'll take a web application and I'll explain you how a web application is built using the Ant. Okay, and that point of time I'll talk about the var task. Okay, I skipped the var, right? So I'll explain the var. So these three concepts we'll see it in the next session, guys.